It's official. Bricc Baby and Luce Cannon are officially enemies again. When they got to jail, they were really cool after beefing for the latter part of 2 years. These two went from being best friends to sworn enemies from behind bars. Now, if you want to know how Bricc Baby and Luce Cannon went from being friends last week to their beef taking a violent turn in jail today, then lucky for you, you're
a violent turn. Whoa!
On the right video because I got all the details. See, when Luce Cannon first got to the federal jail in Los Angeles, him and Bricc Baby clicked up.
Okay.
Now, when they clicked up,
I remember that.
They decided, yo, we're gonna stick together, but not just that. We're gonna try to do content from jail to keep our names relevant.
Okay.
Bricc Baby will say that he agreed
with they girls
to go along with Luce Cannon telling the world that they're now cellmates.
So good to finally hear you.
Oh, so they wasn't cellmates for real. They just went along with it. Do your homework, twin. You got to do your homework on going along with it. Let me get my thank you because this sounds like it's going to be a little bit of good or something.
Voice, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Where are you?
I'm good.
I'm in LA. You won't believe who's my cellie.
Who?
Bricc Baby.
What?
So they wasn't even cellmates. They funny as hell.
That is insane. Was that like pre-planned? Like what the heck?
Oh man, we coolin'. My boy here now, so we
Yo, is that crazy? You guys are cellmates?
I told y'all it sounded like they was acting. I've been around for forever, man. Come on. I told y'all they was something about them we ain't know about. I said the girl, Bricc Baby, Lou, it all sound like they bad actors trying to convince us of something that ain't going on. Do your homework. And now it sounds like they acting, and then I found out that they really acted. Do your homework.
What?
Come on now.
How in the world did that happen?
When I figured out the jail, I'm like, bro, finna come. I'm like, as soon as he come, I'm about to bring him because you gotta come here. So I'm like, yeah, he about to come right here with us.
That's crazy.
But according to Bricc Baby, that was all a lie. That was all scripted.
Okay, so that was scripted.
The only reason he went along with it was because it was for content. They agreed to do content together behind bars to keep their name relevant. And he was just doing that because it was content. Now, from my perspective, I think if you're behind bars fighting a Fed case, content should be the last thing on your mind.
Do your homework.
However, they were, I guess, in an agreement that they were going to do content according to Bricc Baby. Now, Luce Cannon has a different perspective. Luce Cannon is saying, this is all true and Bricc is lying.
I want to put y'all on to some of the easiest money you'll ever make in your life. Freecash.com is a website that allows you to literally get paid hundreds of dollars just for playing video games on your phone. All you need is an email and a password. Follow the directions on each of the campaigns and you can earn at least $100. My personal favorite game to play was Sunrise Island, and when I clicked on it, they had a $370 bonus. I got $370 just for playing a video game on my phone. On average, it only takes about 17 minutes for most people to start earning money on freecash.com. So if you need some free, easy, extra money, go to freecash.com, click the QR code right here, or go in the description below and start getting that bag. You did?
But Bricc is saying this is content, right? So Bricc Baby, from his perspective, was down to do the content, was down to make up certain narratives, was down to push certain things, you know, just to keep them viral. But he felt like Luce Cannon took things a little too far when Luce Cannon told the world that he essentially kicked Bricc Baby out of the cell after snitch allegations came.
Now this is probably when Bricc Baby was like, nigga, what? Yeah, we gonna do the content, but don't be sitting here trying to make it seem like I'm just a hoe. You just trying to make it seem like I'm just out here getting bitched.
Came out.
Yeah.
And people are questioning, you know, what's going on with you and Bricc right now because of the call, but obviously it was already scheduled. They don't know that we have like a plan of scheduling certain things. So whether you guys are on or off, you know, that was already planned, you know, so.
Oh, breaking news here on my cell.
What?
Even that what sounded fake. What? Oh my God. Like, it just sounded like a terrible
Everybody else figured that out.
What do you mean he's out of your cell, baby?
All over the internet, we heard in the statement.
All that weird ass on something.
Okay, so are y'all cool or you're not cool?
No, we good now because he clarified it. He said that he was talking about that he's in a custody battle, and then told everybody his paperwork talking. He was in custody. I mean, going through a child's custody.
This is so
battle.
stupid.
So when he was like, "I'm tired of the police,"
this so stupid, gang.
Doing something or whatever, it was because of the police. I mean, I guess the police.
Think about it. How do you kick somebody out of your cell? You didn't even have no say so on who came in your cell and who was your cellmate. But you somehow, some way got say so and enough pull in the prison to kick somebody out your jail, out your cell, and then they can't come back no more because you said so. Bruh. Okay.
This was telling him things going through a child custody.
Oh wow! So it people were taking that as if he was telling, but really and truly he was just speaking from emotions of dealing with them for his custody battle with the children.
Yeah, so verified that, got the paperwork and everything, so everything is good.
So you kicked him out the celly because you thought he was a rat baby?
No.
Bricc heard this and he was irate, which of course.
Right.
Yo, you in jail. You behind bars.
And you gonna try to tell me I'm a snitch? Then you gonna tell me you kick me out the cell like I'm a hoe? Now other people trying me. Now other people feel like they could play with me because you on the internet lying, talking about you kicked me out the cell. Mr. Sir?
So one thing you have to maintain when you're behind bars, bro, you have to maintain the aura of I'm not a buster. Because the minute they start thinking you a buster, bro, it's over with, bro. It's over with. And Bricc Baby is a gangster podcaster. Bricc Baby podcast and aura is people look at Bricc Baby as somebody who would really take it there. Somebody who was tough, somebody who was really about it.
Stupidest term ever.
So if we agree to do content, from Brick's perspective, if we agree to do content, man,
right,
it's either we do this content where we both look tough,
right,
or we both look like busters. But you're not about to make yourself look tough and make me look like a buster. No way, Jose. It ain't happening, bro. Which, duh.
Right.
Yo, can you imagine Bricc Baby getting free today and having to come back to podcast with the rumors?
Yeah.
Right? That he got kicked out of a cell, he got bullied, he got hold all throughout. Man, yeah. Podcasting career is over with, bruh. So Bricc wanted to correct the records. Now, apparently Bricc Baby and Luce Cannon did have some type of initial discussion about this because Luce Cannon did take the video down from his page.
Okay.
But apparently the damage was already done, and Bricc Baby was not having it. And Bricc Baby would come on his own platform to address Luce Cannon for the first time in an unfavorable light since they've been locked up.
Now it's about to get active. Here's my thing, though. Go back to what Flacco said earlier in the video. Y'all fighting Fed cases in a federal jail in the feds, gang. FBI, open up! The last thing I'm worried about is content, bro. I'm sorry. When we get out of jail, we can do all the content in the world. While I'm in here, though, hey, what's up with the lawyers, though? You feel me? What they talking about? They talking about a bond? How much we gotta pay? Let them know something. You feel me? I ain't trying to sit in here and gossip with no nigga and I'm sitting in jail, gang. Every minute in here, I'm trying to get the fuck out. I'm not trying to talk to y'all, kick it with y'all, come up with these crazy script narratives and skits we doing over the phone. And I mean, I guess they trying to just keep some money flowing in, but gang, I'm sorry, folks, but right now it's time to pause, go on your savings, figure that out, you know what I'm saying? Give it to if your girl don't know how to flip no money, you got the wrong girl.
Man, why they keep saying that there's some shit on the internet with that big buster ass light-skinned nigga talking about the
Because it's all over there. It is.
The nigga with a badge talking about the police. Nigga, I was going through a child custody battle. Nigga, I was tired of it. These bitches sitting outside of my mama house. Nigga telling me they gonna kill my mama. I'm supposed to sit here. They ain't crazy this month. I ain't tripping no way, cause they ain't gonna give me a bill anyway. It's TMC, too much scripting, man. These niggas is...
Ladies and gentlemen, we got
They're not gonna give you no bail anyway, cause of TMC. Too much crippin'. And then he called them weirdos. They not weirdos, bro. They just the police. Do your homework on the job. This they job. Lock niggas like you up. That's their job. You can't get mad at them. You gotta get mad at you. You knew being a Crip was illegal. You knew threatening people was illegal. You knew having that gun on you was illegal. Don't call people weirdos now because they don't want to give you no bail, bro. When you didn't, every time they gave you a bail and a bail and a bail and a bail and a bail, you came back out and did some more gangster shit. So it's like, bro, this how it worked. You knew this how it worked and you still did it. I don't like when people try to play crazy, gang.
Real weird.
For real, though.
This is for everybody speaking on the break, bro. I ain't never been sunnies with me and nigga. Nigga ain't could never kick me out of nothing on the dead homies. And every nigga talking about some snitches without paperwork on the dead homies don't have to pay for it. How they pay for it, man. You know what I'm saying? Take that up with the Lord, nigga.
Bricc and Luce Cannon are big bros. I love the two guys, right? But if I find out that this new disagreement over them running fake plays and exposing each other for running fake plays, if I find out that this is also part of the play,
no, I was thinking that though. What if this is part of the skit? What if this part of like, yeah, he get mad at him, then he get mad at him, then they get more abused? Like, what if that's part of the skit?
Fake and scripted
they
drama.
Cold, yeah. They cold.
I would lose my mind. Because only in LA podcasting scene would you see this. This is insane. This is insane work. Now, Bricc Baby would continue. Now, he would claim that the disagreement with Luce Cannon got so heated that he asked for a fade. I don't know, man. The more I talk about
this, them LA niggas in the fade. Do your homework on the fade.
This is sounding like a script. This sounded like these dudes planned this new drama out.
Molly,
did we get got? But let's just review it, okay? So, Bricc offer Luce Cannon up for a fade. And according to Bricc Baby, Luce Cannon turned it down and ain't want no smoke. According to Bricc Baby.
I don't mean to interrupt, but we have a very, very, very special guest calling you right now.
Okay.
What up, Bricc?
Yo, what's the deal with the home team? What y'all got going on, man?
Oh, you know, not a lot going on here. The typical stuff. Suspect is arguing with our other news hosts. You know what you watch the news. You know what it's like.
Hey, the Gerb doing what the Gerb do.
You know
exactly.
You know, no cap. Nigga said I don't want to fight. I got up, opened the door, and said follow me outside. He ain't moved. You know how it be.
Oh God.
Regular.
That's what Luce Cannon just did.
Can we talk about that?
Wait, what happened?
Oh man, that's the crazy part. Luce Cannon sitting here lying online. His hand ain't broke. You know what I mean? I never was his celly. I don't know how the hell he talking about he moved me out the cell. Nigga ain't never moved me out the cell a day in their life unless it was blood and holes inside a nigga body, man. Then when I find out he lying online, I tell him to come on here, come upstairs and get that good old ass whooping. He calls the scene in the day room, man. The next day he out of here, man. I ain't gonna call it a roll up. I don't know, but we still right here cooling.
So I ain't gonna lie. People be saying Luce Cannon be lying. I don't know. Cause everybody get on the camera and say a lot of stuff, but people ain't got on the camera and said Luce Cannon was lying about a lot of stuff, gang. I'm just being honest with you. He didn't say it. Luce Cannon didn't say it a lot. And nobody said he was lying yet, so.
And the real gang, man. The score is still right here, man.
I don't know.
Hold on, bro. I got love and respect for Luce Cannon and Bricc Baby. So I don't know what the truth is, bro. But
Right.
Hey, Luce got to talk about this. Hey, Luce got to respond back to this, bro. If I find out that Luce Cannon, who I respect and love, was on these streets as Mr. Crippin, was on these streets as I'm the boogeyman of LA, but rolled it up in jail. Nah, man. I'll be sad, bro.
I'll be sad. I'll tell that nigga that's what you supposed to be doing. Do your homework. I'm not finna sit in jail in here with the gangster pod. That's stupid. I gotta sit here and be a gorilla all day. I don't want to be a gorilla. I'm finna take my scare ass on the other side and be cool. You tripping? Do your homework.
Now, if you guys don't speak Igganese and don't really understand what rolling it up is, I got you, okay? That's why you're here. I'm the Igga translator. I'm the Iggalator.
Thank you, Flacco.
So rolling it up is when somebody is in fear for their life in jail and they just want to leave to prevent themselves from getting hurt. They were requested to leave the section of the jail.
Right.
Now, it's looked down upon to put in a formal request to leave, so people get creative, in leaving a section. They would cause a scene in front of the security officers, the police. They cause a scene. The police don't want for the section to be disrupted, so they will remove you after you cause a scene.
Right.
Bricc is claiming that Luce Cannon caused the scene. Now, Bricc would also say that he, I believe, asked Luce Cannon for a fade about 8 times.
Eight times, and they ain't for 8 though.
One thing we know about jail, bruh, is nothing happened without witnesses.
Right.
So if Bricc asked Luce Cannon for a fade 8 times, I'm sure there's going to be some cloud chaser, bruh, who's probably going to get released in like a year or so.
Yeah, that's
who's going to start
out.
doing interviews on Kim Capone, No Jumper, academics, exposing everything. So I'm sure we're going to get the real story soon. But that's Brick's baby perspective of it.
Right.
Luce Cannon will respond back to Bricc baby claiming that he wrote it up and, he lied about them being cellmates. Luce Cannon would take to his YouTube to respond back to Bricc baby, and here's what he had to say.
And y'all was cool at the end. So it's just like I don't get why people are tripping and making things bigger than it needs to be.
But why? I guess you could say why on both sides though. Like just think about how weird a nigga gotta be. Because if they was cellmates, how weird do you gotta be to get on the internet and be like, we was never cellmates? And if they wasn't cellmates, how weird do you gotta be to get on the internet and make up a story where y'all was cellmates? Like either way, it's somebody lying. You feel? Somebody's lying. So it's like,
and trying to lie and trying to make you look crazy. You know what I'm saying? When it came out of his own mouth. You both said it.
So what it is tell him, all you do is just replay exactly what he said.
So you want me to replay it on the end of this call?
Yeah, that's what you do. Just replay it at the end. And then shut it up because he's just goofy.
Oh my goodness.
And then shut it up because he's just goofy.
What's going on? I don't know.
This is so stupid.
Like basically, he was doing some underhand stuff that I didn't like or whatever like that, and basically I was deemed to be the aggressor, and they moved me.
Oh, really? So now you guys aren't cellies.
Huh?
So you guys are no longer cellies no more.
No, I moved. That's where I'm up here with Dirk and them.
So you're on.
FBI, open up! I'm up here with Dirk and them. It's crazy work. All y'all had a party up on the grade. Everybody having a party in the feds, folks. Y'all ass tweaking.
On a whole different part now.
Of course.
Okay. Well, I guess it was for the better, right?
It don't matter. Jail is jail. So at the end of the day, it's like, he probably got in his feelings and he lied. You get what I'm saying? That's what.
But are y'all cool up in there? Like y'all ain't got no beef?
No, but I just know Big Uterus make him do things that.
He said Big Uterus make him do things. Oh no, it's getting crazy, gang. He dropping bombs after bombs after bombs.
He don't supposed to do, but at the end of the day, it's like the play would exactly what he said.
Let me find out Big Thanos is in there using the glove, snapping his fingers and making stuff happen in the jail. Fool, do your homework on the glove.
That's crazy.
So it's not me saying it; it's him saying it. You get what I'm saying?
I just so happened to stumble upon this on YouTube. Apparently, Luce Cannon has a video scheduled for tomorrow that says, explosive. Luce Cannon says Bricc baby lied and got him transferred because he was scared. Volume up.
Uh-oh.
So Luce Cannon is getting ahead of this narrative that Bricc is putting out there that he was scared to catch the fade and he got rolled up and got kicked out the dorm, bruh.
These niggas is crazy. Y'all in here fighting murder charges, extortion charges, robbery charges, gun charges, a bunch of federal cases. And y'all sitting up here talking about some damn prison gossip on the phone?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.